not quite sure this is my digger dog. You're being such a good boy today. Yes, you are. Yes, you are being a good boy. I see you're all tangled up around the tree, aren't you? Okay. Now let's get you untangled. So I have to tell you what's been going on. When you're being a good boy, you have been a very good boy today. Yes, you have been. You have been a very good boy today. So this morning, which he wasn't good in that moment because he slipped me at the gate this morning when I went to get him out. I had my insulated gloves on because my hands were cold, and I couldn't quite get a good grip on him. Oh, you're really stuck. Anyway, he ran from one end of the property to the other, which is probably, I don't know, 400 or 500 feet from one end, longest way to the other end. And I ignored him. I have learned with the livestock guardian dogs, if I ignore them, they tend to stay closer. If I try to follow them, if I try to catch them, if I'm scolding them, they just get the zoomies and they go farther and faster. So I just ignore them. And I just went on about doing my regular chores exactly the same way I do every morning. And he got his zoomies out. I finished up with the chickens and giving the goats their hay and their water. Hi. Yes, I am talking about you. And he was in the driveway, and my normal routine is when I'm done with those things, that's when I feed Digger and the cats. And so he was waiting for me in the driveway when I came out of the house with his breakfast. And he ran ahead of me and went right in his kennel and was standing there waiting for his breakfast. So he was pretty good there. Yes. Hey. No biting. No biting. And then this evening, what I did was when I got him out on his cable like I always do. I tied him up in the same place like I always do. And I did the first couple things that I do. And then when I went to untie him to go up and give the buck his hay, I just didn't carry the cable. I just let it drag. And he has followed our base routine all evening during chores. He has just walked close to me. He has sat down where I usually tie him up at and waited for me while I did whatever I was doing in that area. And so I don't want to jinx it, but maybe there's a little glimmer of hope here. If you don't know about this Digger dog, I will link a playlist for you because yeah, we've had quite a few things go on in the last 2.5 years. So let me get this dude unstuck. Has he been a good boy today? He's been a good boy. Has been a good boy for a few days. He's actually been listening to me a little bit when I tell him no or out or leave it. And so I'm very happy to see some progress after 2.5 years. Yes, I am, buddy. All right, I got to go turn the water on. Yeah. What? Oh, you got your toy? You got your toy? Okay. Okay. Oh. Today's experiment is to let Digger run loose without his cable. So we'll see how this goes. He's still on probation, so he's not going to be loose all the time, but we'll give him a little freedom and see how he handles it. Yeah. I went in the house for a bit after chores and came out to feed Digger and the cats. And I've called Digger, but he's not coming. So I don't know if he's just ignoring me or if he found a hole and got outside the fence or what. So I'm going to feed Bashful and then walk up behind the big chicken house and see if he's up that way. Well, he's not up here, and I don't see any signs of fresh digging. So we'll walk back down and see if I can see any sign of where he got out of the fence, because he's not coming. And like the last few days, he's been laying in the driveway waiting for me to bring his dinner out and then beating me to the kennel. But today's the first day I've let him loose without his cable dragging. So, I don't know. Maybe he thinks that means it's okay to go out of the fence. I don't know. And it's almost dark. It's almost time for me to set up and milk. I'm just checking fence and looking for any place that looks like he might have dug under or pushed his way out or anything. Though I've plugged a lot of holes and loose spots and stuff. So I don't know. Well, I don't have a clue. Haven't seen hide nor hair of him. Since he's not dragging his cable, he's not tangled up in anything, any place, like happens when he drags his cable. So I don't know if he's just found a hole, if he's ignoring me and just being a butt, or what. Hi, chickens. Have you seen the dog? Huh? Where's the dog? Digger! Yeah. Okay, well. I guess we will just go on and see when he shows back up. And so just as I finished up milking, the neighbor's dogs were barking, and I heard Digger tear out from under the bushes by the goat pen where I could not have seen him, and run down and try and start a fight. And I just figured the lady down there would get her dogs and get them pinned back up in her house. And that's what happened. And Digger was right down in the creek, and I opened the gate and asked him if he was ready for dinner, and he came right on in. And now he's back in his kennel. But his free-range privileges have been revoked, and he is back on house arrest.